Hi everybody, I'm Doc Shocker, and welcome to Deathstate. In our last episode, it's been a few days since I've recorded last, I think we took Star Child all the way, perhaps? To the end, but I'm pretty sure we didn't seal the deal. It's a shame, but I was actually happy to have made it that far with this character. He just seems to be on the more difficult end of the spectrum. I think today we're going to be looking at the Priest. As you can see, he starts with more health. His damage is a little higher. His movement speed is down. Not entirely sure what his special is, so we'll have to, or I don't remember, I should say, what his special is. So we'll, I guess, be finding out as we enter the Death State. Alright. So, first session of the day, so it's our first video of the day, I should say. So it's I'm kind of glad they gave us the underhand pitch of the Fortress of Koth. The equivalent, I guess, to the basement as opposed to the cellar in Isaac terms, because, you know, that's just how I roll. Because everything, you know, that's the gold standard, evidently, for any sort of roguelike game, which I don't really see to be unfair in any stretch. Let's see, Satharin's expanded Midnight Anchor fires at 2 more opponents, should help with some crowd control stuff, and therefore not a bad item. Nothing in the way of tier effects, but that's okay. And I think we're gonna kind of look around a little bit more before we get too wild and crazy with going for the giant chest, because I think we've got two elites going on in here. So there's going to be some really good payouts out of this first floor, and I'm actually really cool with that. The Modron Core for 10% damage, which is fantastic. Then we'll come over here and smash on this elite a little bit. Looks like we've got Fungal Spore, or Fungal Fragment for a plus 0.1 damage and Plague damage. We're not currently doing Plague damage, but dare to dream. Because I think of all of the bullet effects we can get, Plague is right up there in my opinion. Probably the best of the batch, I would say. Let's see, I don't think we probably have enough to gamble. Not quite yet. But we can make, oh yeah. Alright, so we should be able to pop one of these golden chests open, if it has a weapon for us. Okay, well, Yellow King's Eye. Well, there's some plague damage for us, which will come in handy. So I think what we're going to do is just swing over here real quick. We're getting to a point where I don't want to dawdle much longer. Kill them suckers. Then we're going to go tap this giant chest, and hopefully get some sweet payouts out of it. And not die in the process, because, man, that's some bullety stuff going on there. Really not liking where I'm at. We're just gonna back right off out of there. Alright, we do have some health going on. Pretty much kill Mr. Mushroom here and that guy. Alright, and that secures the chest for us. We've got the Helix Invectus Minor, 1 wave of flames, no thank you. We have got the Horrific Aspect Stone. Let's see, I'm not sure what we get for it. So it's not gonna tell us either, unless mayhaps we come over here and check this out. What do we have? Fire damage, rate of fire, explode, concentric circle of flames. Primary bullets deal fire damage. Tell you what, I think we're gonna ride that train. As I believe we have beat the game with the priest. I think the first time we beat the game was with the priest. So we will take the demon aspect down. We did lose some health, and I think we lost all of the organs that we picked up. Oh no, we keep those, so alright, even better. It's good stuff all the way around. And we have the red demon aspect stone. Actually, now that I think about it, I should have stuck with the priest, I guess, because I think there's something to be gained from taking a demon aspect stone with the priest. Could be wrong, but it's alright. We're doing enough damage, and at least for the foreseeable future, I expect to be playing a good amount of Deathstate, so we'll have time aplenty for that in the future. Othello's Skull for MP regen at a cost of some rate of fire down. I think we're going to, of course, fight the Zealot of the Architect, as there is a lot to be unlocked from these pedestals still, I think. Seals, whatever you would like to call them. So, pretty much every opportunity we get, I'm pretty much going to be going after them. Mandira's Heart, didn't quite catch everything that did, because I'm stumbling on my pronunciation of a lot of these things. Stumbling onto a lot of bullets as well. But, I think, I heard something drop over here. No? Okay, well, I didn't want it anyway, whatever it wasn't. So we'll swing over this way, make sure we're not missing anything, because we are getting into a lower health situation, so I want to grab up all these little... Yeah, there we go, and some chests going on over here. Maybe spam a shot of that. Should help with some clearing. Lots of monies, a little health, all good stuff, really. And we'll shoot over this way. We'll say one thing I miss about playing as the Star Child currently is his dodge is really good. Of course, the flip side of that is if you get hit by anything, you go flying across the screen just about. Makes him a tougher character, but I still feel pretty good about using the Star Child, as pretty much I thought my Everest was going to be using the Eye, but after the run we had with the Eye a couple of episodes ago, the Amphibian Egg Cluster for movement speed and rate of fire up. All good stuff. Alright, Baron Grek, so that's going to get us the Grek Axe. Which, any port in a storm, in that regard. Nope, we did not get the Grek Axe. What did we get? Fire extra bullets, rank 2. I actually prefer the Plague Bullet availability. Not spamming it yet, but we're only into the 3rd layer of the game, so that will undoubtedly change. Lots of health on the ground, that's always a good thing. There's our portal out. Do not think we have found a golden chest yet. And we're still kind of missing in the weapon department. It's kind of why I wish we would have gotten the Grek Axe. New tome, that's always potentially good stuff. What do we have? The Abridged Terranomicon, Fear Bullets. think I would rather be firing at multiple opponents with a better damage stat. But I guess we'll head down, fight our boss. Looks like Crystal Council. Yep. The glittering ones. Just need to start focusing down these guys. We'll even get a plague bullet or two out. Try not to take too many more hits. Alright, worst is over. We'll wait for him to come in. We'll nail him with flame right off the bat, and then should pretty much be able to focus him down pretty easily, I think. Crystal Council is not the hardest boss in the game by any stretch of the imagination. St. Victor's Wisdom Tooth for extra magic points. I don't think that's the greatest organ we could have gotten, but it's not bad. Certainly not one I would leave on the ground. The additional magic points will come in handy later on, I'm sure, as we will probably have to start panic spamming our various abilities that require magic points. Bust up some real estate here for ourselves. The zealots here I'm not really digging. For whatever reason, their spirally shot pattern is kind of getting the best of me. I mean, I haven't taken grievous hits or anything like that yet, but there's our champion. Come on, there we go. The Flagellum Gut for 10% movement speed. You're a merchant. Is he down though? He's down there. Let's see. Gamble. Alright. Looks like I lost. It's the end of the world. So we got that. I don't think we found a golden chest on this level, so we'll look around a little more in hopes that it'll make itself apparent to us. Let's see, we've got another tome over there. Those are always worth checking out. Not really sure what I'm looking for, but there's always the possibility that there is an improvement to be had, so looks like it's probably something ice bullet-y. 3 chill bullets. We'll give it a shot. See if it does anything good for us. We can locate an enemy to kill, so I can get a feel for it. But evidently it's not to be the case. Is this something special? No? Okay. Just looked like for a second that could have been something special for us. Alright, so it looks like... oh, there we go. Spread shot versus multi-targeting. Alright, so, yeah, again, I'm not really feeling a spread shot. I'd rather have more precision. Now, these are homing bullets or anything like that. Every passing moment spans the infinite gulfs of time. My reach spans the boundaries of known reality. Excuse me. Getting a little froggy in my throat already. Does not bode well. This is my first video of the day, so... maybe in my best interest to switch to some water here before long. Oh, that was a really bad place to put myself. And I'm getting completely smoked by the, holy sugar skull massacre. Okay. Wow. Let's not get super tilted here. That was awful. Wow, did I misplay that. Alright, the Caustic Heart. So we got some damage up, some health up. Now if we could just get some healing, that would be the bee's knees. Probably not the time I want to be fussing around with any potions. Ah, there we go. Okay, back up to a full heart. We're in it to win it now. Boy, that was just really bad. I'm pretty disappointed in my dodgety doing there. Come on, Bubble. There we go. What's our book? Icy bubbles. No, thank you. I do not want bubbles. They are not good. They look smaller. Did we get like an insight bonus or something? That could be. Alright, now I'm feeling like we're in a decent spot, so I don't have to tiptoe around here quite as much. But yeah, that slime and the tracking skulls, and yeah, that was awful. I do not want to fight that again. There we go. Drop right in there and hit that, and then maybe hit that too. Take care of the hounds. Gun down everything else. Alright. I think we're probably as good as we're going to get to head down to the next level. Hopefully we can gain some of our health back before we fight our next boss. I've never met a man with so many brains. I'm glad I did. We are now in Lair 7. Okay, we'll gamble again. Looks like we may have won. I'm not sure. Alright, so we've got Gugs. Aha, and the Grey Gug has appeared. For the record, I hate the Grey Gug. He is super, super tanky. The Robust Gut, 1 max HP. So our max HP is really coming online here. And I'm absolutely cool with that. I think if for the remainder of this run, if we could just kind of move in directions other than upping our max health, I think I'd be pretty content. I mean, it won't hurt to have more health, but we're in a decent enough health position where if I'm getting health drops, we'll be in fine shape. There's our champion, yet another Gug. I don't like those mushrooms either. Sometimes they do get the best of me. And not in the Foo Fighter sense of the word. Let's see. 1 max HP. My magic regen is down. I think some luck to improve my drops would be welcome. So we get some health on the ground. You know, it's always nice to be able to possibly leave a level with a surplus of health laying on the ground. We'll pop all these chests. Alright, there's another full skull, full heart, full container. As you will. Boop, boop, boop. Really didn't want to take that hit, but I guess there really isn't much in the way of rolling back time to prevent hits in this game, so... Which might be an interesting mechanic. If, you know, development towards DLC content or anything like that is happening. Some sort of time manipulation could be kind of a rad thing. The Malignant Flesh Beast. Make sure we're laying in here pretty good. Make sure we're using our specials. And our dodges are crisp, and we shouldn't have too much to worry about. But I did kind of paint myself into a corner right there. So, aha. Let's get some plague in there, hopefully. Letting my health kind of get away from me here. Not the best thing I could be doing for myself. But I think there's our battle over and done with. Toxic Spore, which a good... That should put us up to like 140 plague damage. Yeah. So any weapon that's going to pretty much set us along that path is going to be super good. I'm actually surprised to only see our damage at a 1.69. We find ourselves in the vestibule of Parsasis. Which is definitely my preferred of the two. I will take the vestibule over the Maze of Ix any day, because that place is just built for trolling you hard. At least certain tile sets, if they really decide they're gonna maze it up, it gets pretty awful pretty fast in there. But on this path, so long as we're smart and can hopefully get some of our health that we've been hemorrhaging back, we shouldn't have too much trouble getting ourselves at least to the Lost Arcanum, if not all the way to the Primal Id. Let's get some plague in there. Let's not entirely paint ourselves in a corner. Make sure to use our specials. There's our champion. Looks like the Magenta Eye, Golden Cat Eye, Fire Damage, and Dark Seeking. And plus 0.25 damage. Not bad, not bad. I think our base bullets are regarded as fire, so any fire damage increase is going to be a boon for us. I think we're back up to the precise amount of health we walked in here with. Now we're in a better spot, I guess. Okay, good, 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 good. Yep, we'll buy that. We'll even buy that one. We'll stay away from the potions, however. Hopefully there's like a brain organ or something like that that would more or less be a PhD in Isaac terms for us. I think that would be quite the get, because that way it would be enough to make taking potions tangibly worthwhile, as honestly they're not. I think more or less for desperation's sake than anything else, it seems to me, but... Excuse me. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I get in front of a microphone, I need to start coughing, evidently. Even if they're just like little teeny baby coughs. Okay, come on, little imp. I was hoping I could have dispensed with him before he got his shot off. It's not to be the case. Health is moving in a constant forward pattern. It's always good stuff. Now, if I could just dodge the impy bullets, I think I'd be in a much better spot. But evidently, that's simply not going to be the case. Alright, so we got the Cyan Star Child Eye, Expanded Insight. Didn't catch the rest of that, but we can always pop open our character menu here once I've dispensed with some fools. Pop over here and have a look. Alright, 10% damage, 0.2 your MP regen, Black Eye 10%. I do not know what Black Eye is. It's one of those things like Dark Seeking I don't really get. Okay. So all in all, not bad. Total damage so far, 2.18. That's good stuff. Plague is good. Fire is good. So we're actually at a net positive on our MP regen, which is good because we're getting into that point in the game where we're going to have to start kind of working our specials a little more than we would in the first couple of floors. Grab that. Almost back to full health. Still have not found a weapon for having been through 10 floors so far. Speak of the devil. Golden Crossblade emits lasers, 0.4 damage, and will block shots. So, I mean, that's pretty good stuff. That should put us up to about a 2.76 on our overall damage, and it's laser damage. I do enjoy the lasers. It's a good visual effect. Its range is really good. Double up on that, as our mutator for this level is magic recovery, so there isn't a whole lot of harm to be had by adding some range to our attacks. Let's see. Looking for our portal at this point. Alright, back up to full health. And again, and nope, I guess we're just going to be hovering at that half skull less than full for eternity. There's our portal, so we'll head down. I hunger for coffee. Delicious. Getting in deep. Yeah, that was a pretty poor decision on my part to try to find safety on the opposite side of the battlefield. Let's see, what are our mutators? Potions are more common. Gold is more common, although I'm seeing a lot of health on the ground currently. Which makes me happy because I can't seem to not take all of the damage. Known to mankind. Let's see, what do we got here? Looks like it could be the Octillion, perhaps? The Octillion, which means 8 lasers, which means good. I'm very happy with that. Or just firing at 8 foes, is that what it was? Yeah, it must be just firing it up to 8 foes. But I'm happy with it. Either way. 8 is a greater number of targets than 3. Therefore, we call that an upgrade. There's our champion. Star Thing's heart, max HP, dark damage up. All good stuff. Some monies laying on the ground. Lots of monies. Lots and lots and lots of monies that we'll probably never even use. Since we're sort of getting into the end game here. Alright, here's our portal, so we'll be moving into our boss fight now. The first furnace of Carcassus. And it is Amon Morax, the champion of the feast. So I probably should be moving in a fashion similar to this, as that might allow me to keep the golden blade in front of me, in which, you know, it does absorb bullets, so that is a defensive orbital, can mean very good stuff for us. Not that I'm terribly worried about this fight. We're doing good work, not taking a whole lot of damage. I want to see if taking out a champion is going to do a drop for us there. And that's a negative. Kind of a shame. The Blue Blood Hungry Heart, max HP, max regen, rate of fire down. In this place, all your dreams become reality, and some of your realities become dreams. You've entered the Lost Arcanum. I'm not entirely sure what it is I have to do to get the 8th level unlocked. It might be something involving desecrations or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. And for the most part, you know, this is a blind playthrough for me. I'm not really consulting any sort of wiki or anything like that. I might look at the Chiefs list to kind of see what's there for that, but beyond that, I tend to not really go too hard on reading up on this, but I pretty much reserve that for Dark Souls. So I'll admit, you gotta kind of, to a degree, you've gotta kind of read up on some of the locations and things in that game if you wanna use more. So there's a lot of things in the Dark Souls games that you're just not gonna find if you're not, you know, really into it. What do we got? Follower fires plague bullets. I'm okay with that. It looks like I'm only kind of firing at one at a time, but I think my plague damage is my highest rated damage. Therefore, it is going to be doing the most amount of work for me. The Tangled Heart for 1 max HP. Our HP is getting up there. As long as we don't get too tilted, I think this is... I'm not going to go so far as to say this is a win, but we are... It is our game to lose more than anything else. Alright, we'll hit our portal, and we'll be on our way. Glancing up, we've got the Magic Recovery Mutator, which is good stuff. Means I can get kinda willy-nilly about burning off our specials here. That was such a dumb move. I could have just waited for the bullet to go by. I mean, I'm not Indiana Jones or anything, you know? It's not like I'm having to reach underneath the big stone door to get my hat back. Time is on my side. Die, fool. Alright, another eye organ for the Royal Blue Heart, 0.25 damage. Our damage stats got to be getting up there. We're melting things in a pretty decent fashion. So maybe when we give ourselves a little breathing room, we'll take a quick peek at our character screen and see what the numbers are going to tell us. He says as he just keeps pushing his way further up into the level. But I hear the plague doing its thing. Alright, so can't believe that bullet hit me. I'm pretty disappointed by that. There's our portal. That's good stuff. Let's see, what's this one going to do? The Angel Steel Crossblade. Rain's Death. I am going to pass on that. I'm just not enamored by any skull attack on this game. Alright. Head into our next floor. We still have the Magic Recovery Mutator, so again, we're going to go pretty hard on the magic attacks when we are able. Full heart of health, good stuff, good stuff. Start moving in that direction. Kill the sarcophagi. Alright, we're starting to take in some hits, so we'll fall back for a second. And then finally have a look at our character screen. Yeah, 3.12 overall damage, and then you're adding another 40% to that in Plague, and another 30% in Fire, in parallel. At least I would imagine that's how they assess the damage for the attacks, but I'm not a programmer, so I don't know, you know, how the math works. I do know that in games, you know, similar to Dark Souls, the way that damage is assessed is that it's per damage type. So that means that, you know, in some terms in the meta, that putting elemental effects on your weapons is not the good way to go. Because of the way that it double or dual damage types assess damage twice, and as such assess damage resistance twice, so your overall attack values are lower even if the math is higher. Alright, so layer 15. Alright, primal id. There's no peace here, only the restless infinite. Primal id time. Alright, so we'll just kind of bump right up here. See if we can't find our sweet spot. Pepper him with that. Taking a lot of hits here, but I think our damage should hold out, or our hit points should hold out long enough to allow us to persevere here. Just swing around this laser. Yeah, he's plagued right up. Alright, good stuff. Actually felt pretty good. Took a lot of stupid hits, but I was tanking a lot of them, just to be done with it. We've done it, the energy sealed library is gone, can now finally escape this nightmare. Alright, so it just went back to this ending. It's alright. By no means the end of the world. The Masters of Darkness have finished tallying your accomplishments. Your score is 14,098. Alright, so we've unlocked Mandira's Heart. Or my last hope. I'm an important skeleton around here. And we are back to someplace between. And that will be enough for this episode of Deathstate. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to press the like button down below. If you have any comments, questions, or critiques for me, be sure to leave those in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, this has been Deathstate. I'm Doc Shocker. You've been great. Happy gaming.